and good morning on day 4 of the Cammino di San Benedetto. Today we're going from the beautiful little town of Leonessa to the monastery of San Giacomo, which is just outside a village called Poggio Bustone. I've already done the first 5 kilometres or so. It was all road walking. I wanted to get as much under my belt as possible. We're now sort of the second third of the walk is in beech forests and is taking us uphill to the highest point on the whole hike, which is 1,500 and something meters above sea level. The last third of the walk is basically taking us downhill. So the big challenge today is that forecasts for sort of mid-afternoon are thunderstorms, and obviously I want to be off the highest points and as far as possible actually have arrived before they start. I don't really want to be outside in thunderstorms. It did rain overnight, there was thunder overnight, but nothing too serious. I can already feel the humidity building, so we'll have to see how we do. The guidebook describes this section as challenging, but I had 2 separate people yesterday say to me that it's actually not that bad. Or one of them said not as bad as you think it's going to be, so we'll have to see how we do there. Day 4 of the Cammino di San Benedetto was magnificent. The route between Leonessa and Poggio Bustone was just over 14 kilometres, but it packed a punch with beech forests, the highest point of the hike, magical forest glades, and spectacular scenery and streams. The initial road walking was easy and quickly completed, and the woods soon entered. It was here that the ascents began, but nothing too challenging. The clouds gathered and the rain started to fall, but little could take away from the beauty of the scenery, the best of the hike so far. After passing the border stone of the Papal States and the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, the descent into Poggio Bustone began through open woodland and between stunning cliffs. I spent the night at the monastery of San Giacomo just outside the village, where I actually chatted to the first other hikers that I had met on the trail. So we're about 1 kilometre away from the field of St Bartholomew, where the ruins of his church and hospital are. Becoming a little bit more open, and started hearing the first very distant rumbles of thunder. I genuinely am hoping that I clear the highest points before it gets much closer. And it's just started raining. Okay. We're just coming up to the highest point of the hike, and this is the slope that we have to get up. Doesn't look that steep on the camera, but trust me, it is. It's also just started raining heavily enough that it's actually getting through the trees, so we may need to do a waterproof moment later. This may not look like much, but it's been one of the things I've been very excited to see on this hike. This is one of the original boundary stones that delineated the border between the Papal States on this side. You can see the cross keys here, and the year that this stone was put up, 1847. And on this side you have the lilies of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. This is one of the ones that is actually still in its original position. And as someone who's got a bit of a passion for the history of the Kingdom of Naples, and obviously later the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, I am super excited to see this, even if it is absolutely piddling down. Anyway, I'm very, very happy. So I'm going to stop and take a break, just have something to eat. I've never really talked about this before, but one of the things that I like buying is this particular brand of salad. This is a tuna with rice, beans and a spicy sauce. They smell a bit when you open them, I'm not going to lie, but when you actually eat them, I find them to be pretty flavourful. I'm not sponsored, by the way, obviously. They're also pretty easy to carry. They stay in your cupboard for months, in fact years, looking at the date on this. So generally we have a couple in stock in the cupboard at home. The other thing that I really like about it, it's a bit stupid, but when you finish them, the lid actually fits on quite tightly. So one of the things that I find myself doing over time if I'm on longer hikes and I'm carrying them is I will start accumulating rubbish in them until I get somewhere where I can throw them away, and then I'll just throw the whole thing away. If you're in Italy, you can pretty much pick these up in any sort of medium, large size supermarket, so they're not difficult to find. Just there, through the trees, you can see the monastery that I'll be staying at tonight. What an incredible location. we're almost done. Just the last kilometre or so to the monastery. But what a spectacular day today has been. It's a day of three parts: the road, the uphill, and the downhill. And strangely, I just always find the downhill more challenging. The weather didn't quite play along, but you can't have everything. But it really is one of those days that no video will do justice to. I cannot recommend it highly enough. The days that are to come are supposed to get even more spectacular, so I am absolutely excited to see what we've got ahead, because this has been just a magnificent and awesome day of hiking. Absolutely fantastic. Definitely come and do this. This is an incredible hike. But let's focus, let's get to the monastery, and let's get settled in. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.